British are you? We all know how British I am. I'm pretty motherfucking British, lad. So I thought, why not take a test to tell me how British I am? Because we all know that I just scream Britishness from the high tops. How British are you? Obviously, the most British. You've seen me talk the tongue of the British Isles for quite some time, and obviously we all know how accurate these BuzzFeed quizzes really are, so obviously we're just gonna throw ourselves right in, okay lads? Yes. Okay, so you're about to go on holiday. It's 7 a.m. Well, this is already untrue because I don't ever wake up at 7 a.m. ever in my life. Not anymore anyway. Ever since the high of 87 and quarantine, I have not seen the sun rise since, well, ever, really. And you're sat in the departure lounge. What do you drink? A cup of Earl Grey. Oh my god, a sweet, succulent cup of Earl Grey. A cup of Builder's Breakfast. Don't even know what the frick that is. A coffee? Now, lads. A pint? You're on holiday after all. A pint. A glass of OJ. Okay. I'm not really... Okay, I'm gonna explain my choices a little bit. I'd probably go for a cup of coffee. Listen, Earl Grey is wonderful, but it's a little bit bland for me. It's a little bit too bland of a tea for me. I don't know what Builder's Breakfast is. Like, is Bob the Builder, you just like water down, you just squeeze the living daylights right out of Bob the Builder and you put it into a cup and you drink it. I don't think I'm gonna like him that much. I'd probably go for a cup of coffee, because why not? Okay, the hairdresser holds up their mirror. You hate your new haircut. What do you do? Politely ask him to make it more like what you had in mind. Call in sick to ensure minimum embarrassment. Probably not. Tell them it's great and then go fix it at a place around the corner. Tell them exactly what you did and refuse to pay. That's a little bit. Or exactly what you think. Smile and nod before tipping them. Uh-huh. $5 for doing a terrible job. I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably say politely ask them to make it more like what I had in mind. To be like, hey, I told you I wanted a 5 on my sides and you gave me a bloody 7, so whoop out the 5 and freaking shave it some more. You're introduced to a new colleague, but don't quite catch the name. How do you react? Annoying me. This is me. If I don't know their name, I will find a different means of getting their name. True story. I hung out with someone at university, and they were in my class for a while, and I remember hearing their name, but I didn't remember when I went to go eat lunch with them. So I never actually told them by name, but I followed them on or they followed me on Instagram, and I found out their name that way. Hey, awkwardness avoided. I didn't have to, because I was in their class for a long time and I just didn't know their name, or I just forgot, because listen guys, ADD is a thing. It happens sometimes. It's horrible. Avoid using their name at all costs. Call them the mate in, hey you! Guess their name, ignore them forever, make up false stories about them so that they lose their job. Jeepers, that's a little bit too much. But nothing is really calling out to me. Probably avoid using their name at all costs. Although, if I'm introduced to a new colleague, the next day I could be like, oh, what's their name? But okay, so in terms of this, like if it's like months down the line, then I would do this. But if it's like the next day, then I'd probably ask them to repeat their name. So I'm gonna go with this one. I'm just gonna say that it's the next day and I don't catch the name. So ask them to repeat their name. Not the worst thing in the world. Be like, oh hey, what's your name again? Sorry, it slipped my mind. So that's probably what I would do. Oh, when did you last have a cup of tea? You don't drink tea in the last month, in the last week. Earlier today, you're drinking one right now. Yes, of course I'm drinking. Stunning. What was the Builder's Breakfast? Bob the Builder is freshly squeezed right in here. There's nothing in this cup, lads. There's nothing in this cup. In the last month, probably. I think that my favorite tea to drink is chrysanthemum, because it's just so good. And it helps the skin, you know. Oh, we Koreans have to look so, what is it called? Young and flourishing. How else are we gonna become huge K-pop stars? You wave at a friend in the street but then realize it wasn't them. Do you laugh it off? It happens to everyone. That's true. Chase him down to explain what happened. Hey! Cry. Replay the moment over and over again in your mind until something even more embarrassing happens. Okay, maybe not that. Have a drink. How does this even compare to any of the other choices? I probably just laugh it off. Happens to everyone. Who cares? You know, so you know what happens? You wave at a friend. Someone is waving at you, and then you wave back. And then it turns out that they weren't waving at you. That is the most embarrassing thing. I hate that. You and your partner are both adamant that each other eats the last hobnob. Guys, we both know I'm so British that I know exactly what a hobnob is. How do you resolve the situation? Here's what I'm picturing what a hobnob is. Okay, I'm thinking a hobnob is like a really good, like a knob of like cookie or like cake or something like that. And it's like a crumbly cake looking thing. Oh, it is like what I said, which is like it's like a little cookie. Adamant. Oh, so you want them to have the last one and they want you to have the last one. I get it, I think. Open another package so you both have one, argue about it and break up. What's a hobnob? I know about it now. Shut your face. Open another package so you both can have one. Because we're gonna open it tomorrow anyway. Listen, I can eat cookies like it's my job, okay? I wish eating cookies was my job. I wish I was a taste tester of cookies. Although I probably would get sick because obviously they test it through you to make sure it's good for the public. So I'd probably get sick and die one day. But I would have one heck of an immune system at the end of it. Someone knocks into you at the bar and spills their beer on you. Oh, how dare you! Dude, all over my clean shirt. I barely do laundry on Saturdays. Get angry. You offer to buy them a replacement. No, thank you. Say sorry. It was probably your fault anyway. Dude, that's so Canadian to do. Pretend that nothing happened. Try to make a joke of it and become their friend. I don't know what I would do, really. I wouldn't get angry. I would get angry. No, I would get annoyed. I would be shocked. Just because of the sheer amount of liquid that's on my body. I don't know what I would do. I guess maybe pretend that nothing happened, even though I probably wouldn't pretend that nothing happened. I just stare at them into their eyes, and then we probably fall in love, and then we go on a vacation to the Bahamas. Your flat is freezing cold, but it's too early in the year to put your heating on. What do? I don't care. I just put on the heating. I don't care. If I'm cold, I'm gonna actually, I probably just put on a jacket of some sort. Put on a record equaling 6th jumper. Put the heating on. Who cares if it's August? Sit there stubbornly while moaning how cold it is. Make a cup of tea. Go to the pub. Probably just put on another jumper, really. Just put on another sweater. Put on another hoodie. Another freaking jacket on top of you, okay? Or put the heating on. Honestly, it's your flat. You're paying for it. Who's gonna freaking come over to your house and be like, why is it so hot, lad? And I'll be like, hey, freak it off, okay? I have thin skin. It's cold in here. I'm going to turn on the heat and be warm, okay? Because I am a cold-blooded creature. Are England going to win the World Cup? Well, did they win the last 2 times? When was the last time England won the World Cup? 1966. You know, they're on a pretty bad losing streak. With a bit of luck and fair wind, they could make the final. Then it's anyone's. They lose the quarterfinals on penalties. Probably not, but let's give the boys full support. I won't believe in you, but I will give you so much support. Wait, no. I don't think you will do this, but I'll be standing by the sidelines to give you all the support I could possibly give to you. You're sat in the window seat of a plane and you need the loo. Oh, yes, the bathroom. But the person in the aisle seat is asleep. What do? I just, shove my ass in there. No kidding. Gently wake them up and ask if they could let you out. Risk lasting eternal damage by refusing to say anything. I don't think so. It says you need the loo. It doesn't say you badly need the loo, okay? Cough louder and louder until they wake up. You try to squeeze past them without waking them up, but they do. Just looks like you're trying to sit on their lap. Loo? Probably wake them up gently. Be like, hey, bud. Hey, no shit, bud. I gotta go to the toilet, bud. Yeah? Okay, you started, what is the words that are on the page? You've started to bump into a new colleague on the train to work every day, every morning. So you change your commute, arrive at work an hour What? Talk to them. It's nice to be nice. Ignore them for to pretend to be. Talk to them. Oh man. Damn it! All right. Well, I guess I'm not. Well, clearly, obviously, I am not very British. I'm probably American. That's true. I was born here. Well, shiz. I was hoping for a different outlook so that I could rub it into people's faces. But it is a BuzzFeed quiz after all. I mean, who really takes these to heart and says, I'm British because BuzzFeed told me to? If you want to go take this quiz for yourself, link it down below, lads. Are you British? Are you actually British, but actually got probably American? And are you offended by this? By this BuzzFeed quiz? You tell me about it, lads. Where are you from? Just tell me. You know what? I'm not trying to pinpoint your location and try and actually murder you. But anyway, it's all jolly good now, mates. Yeah.